I'm a changing man, I'm gonna light a better fuse. Changing man, looking for the bang. I'm a changing man, I'm gonna light a better fuse. I think seeing my mum last night's taking my shit to the next level. Saw my mum last night, quite good. Yeah, beautifully, a couple of glasses of wine helped as well, but it's quite good. I was telling her, I seen some of my lives and my videos, I talk about you and say how you burst into song, just like I've kind of turned into that. Just kind of, slip into a wee song when I feel like it. I was just down at the bank there, I put 50 quid in, right? And the guy comes up to me, the guy that's always miserable at the end of the day, right? When I've gone in at the end of the day and the pay in your money machine doesn't work or is out of order because they've obviously cashed up for the day and the machine's off, right? Well, I went in today and I was using the machine, and that same guy that's always miserable, I always see him at the end of the day when he's miserable and jaded and tired from the day's work. So I'm going, this morning I actually saw him, he looked in good spirits. He was doing the welcoming, because obviously that's what he was doing the day. He was doing the welcoming. Hi, how you doing? Welcoming the folk as they come into the bank. And I'm using the machine to put money in. And he comes up to me and he says, oh, did you know you can deposit your cash in any post office? I was like, is there even a post office in this town anymore? But and I immediately thought, all right, post office, you put your money in any post office. So is that for when the bank's closed and when you lose your job? Because it's coming, innit? Kind of, I'm a prophet, so that's coming, innit? The guy shut all the banks, so you can put your, you got to be ahead of the game, innit? I hope he's ahead of the game. Is he working at his exit strategy for leaving that job? Because I think it really suits him. Maybe he wants to be a professional footballer, or maybe he wants to, do motivational speaking like me. Maybe he wants to, be an aspiring actor like me. Maybe he wants to aspire to be the best YouTuber in the history of Dumfries like me. Maybe he wants to be a great athlete like me. Maybe he just wants to start his own business like me. I've kind of started my own business. The entrepreneurial spirit is imbued in everything I do, really, isn't it? Really, when you think about it. But I just went into Greg's there as well, and I was saying, oh, don't worry, that's fine without the cup, without the lid. Because she said, do you want cream in your gingerbread latte? And I said, nah. Said I. And I said, oh, didn't worry about the lid, it's fine, because when they put the lid on, all the cream sticks to the top of the inside of the lid. So you've got to lick off all the cream. It's wasted on the lid, But she says, oh, legally we can't do that. So, a lot of regulations. You can't even take a coffee without putting a lid on it, because parentalism, innit? That's the culture, innit? Parentalism. But the banks are going to be closing, that's going to be happening. Parentalism, do you think parentalism is going to be increasing in 2025? Every area of our life seems to be quite controlled. We're not really in a free society. I mean, just look at me, exhibiting the glorious masculine peacock that I've turned into in public, and it becomes a crime, as I said before a million times, in a town of universal dourness. Being yourself is a revolutionary act, Orwell's quote. That's cool how I changed that, innit, from the original quote, which is, in the time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. I think that's me, really, innit? Speaking truth on things, and it uncovers certain uncomfortable truths about them and their shadow self that they haven't worked on, So I kind of expose a lot of darkness just by being myself and saying fuck all, saying good things that expose a lot, that's kind of, I think that's what happens sometimes, Because like I say, I was saying this to my brother, I don't know what to slag off my sister, but who cares? Maybe in 10 years time, you've got to be ahead of the game. Like I say, you've got to look towards the future, what's going to happen, where am I going in this life, Do you think in 10 years time my sister I'll laugh at that situation with a wall, Because like I say, if you take that idea further about, being an individual as a crime, right? Why wasn't that celebrated? All I was doing was fucking gymnast poses in such a camp, humorous way. Gymnast poses and all that. Why is my older sister celebrating the glorious masculine peacock that I've turned into? That won on the biggest stage of them all. Danced with the best. Helped the big actor in his big scene. Gave his heart and soul. Why is that not commended? Why are we not being asking David any questions. How have you learned how to have the PhD in drama? Well, so I've got to do the work for everyone, so that's why I do these lives, you know. Well, I think I've got the PhD in the free spirit, because I think when you've worked alongside the crew out of the Hurt Locker and that kind of thing, I think it behooves you to kind of take that glorious training and do something with it, to quote Graham O'Brien, because it would be a meaningless success, wouldn't it, if I did fuck all and I just let myself be jaded and unhappy and walk around bent over. We're talking about all sorts of stuff last night with my mum. I think she's getting to know me better, but it's taken her fucking decades. You know, I think she'll be grieving for the fact that Dave was always that beautiful shining light all along, and he's been completely persecuted and misrepresented, you know, that kind of thing. But you know what I mean, I'm 6'2". Some people in a town of whatever, you know, universal kind of no pride in itself, that kind of thing. And I've injected a bit of pride, because I came back from the moon as Buzz Aldrin. This is gay, just keep saying this glorious word, just like Liam Gallagher at the Brits. I'm going to keep talking until someone throws me off the stage, you know. When I went off and achieved and came back to this place to try and inject a bit of pride into the place, you know. Was it any coincidence that they put the Robert the Bruce statue in just a year after that, you know, because Stuart Patterson, local luminary, I knew what I was doing, invited him to my little private screening of Outlaw King that I did, and he turned up. So he, you know, that obviously went out because he was connected to a few people in high places that maybe care about the arts and stuff, and I care about the arts. Why is no one appreciating that? I've given a lot to this town. I've given a lot to, you know, the art, you know, music, art, doing my shit to try and uplift the town. Did they appreciate it? Not really, but at least I got my Robert Bruce statue in Castle Dykes. So that is my park. I am the only man from Dumfries to have lastly done the toughest movie gig ever, yeah, as anyone. And I did that whilst holding down 3 other jobs, you know, being creative, working at a bistro, and working at the Foot Soldier boot camp outdoors in one of the glorious gardens in this region for one, you know, for the Jenks, you know. Look them up, they're good. So again, that's like flying with eagles, isn't it? Working for the Jenks. I work for the Jenks. If you want to fly with eagles, don't hang about with turkeys, you know, that kind of thing.